Score challenge 46. This one is basically the same as the last one, where it hits really hard and has a lot of DR to build up, mainly to sell Karen limited, even though her banner ended maybe months ago. Unlike the last SC, where the enemy was weak to all 5 elements, kind of good news, bad news is this one is weak to fire, which is the same team we used last time, but it's not weak to any other elements, so our options are more limited. Since we're using fire, that is fine with us though. To recap the strategy, we're gonna break with Bungo after getting her all the minions. We're gonna build up 1,000 DR, but we don't even get close for 2 reasons. One is it is very resistant to DR. It's the same resistance actually as the rule last time, just by default. So even though there's no rule to decrease DR, it's still really slow to build. And the other reason, which I don't really look at the rules, but you can find them on SerifDB, it seems that it recovers DR somehow every few turns after it's broken. So we don't reach the same cap we did from the last SC. You'll notice that we already have a few broken characters, so we got to be very cautious. We're going to save Aoi's recovery skill until the very end, just because as we go along, more and more people will get broken. So if anyone's broken at the end, it hurts our score substantially, so we want to avoid that. So this SC, we have to play it more cautiously, so that and the decreased DR ends up leading to a score below 2.4 million. We could probably push it. This was just my first attempt. But this is enough to get the black trophy and everything before it, and the rewards. To recap, for Adele's master skill to be effective, she needs to have the dodge skill active from the last turn for that target to happen, and then she needs to still have a dodge skill the next turn. So some of the turns you'll see we use both her dodge skill, her in the front line, and Aoi's Angel Wings, just to make sure we could time out absorbing all the damage that we need to. But as a result, I think it's slower to build up Aoi's morale. Here we're just going to use one of Mia's EX skill, and Bungo should be able to break. And then we can start the process of building up DR. So the text says that the attacks get stronger the lower the DR is, but it seems weird that it starts with such a strong attack, and the DR builds up, so the text should be inverted. So maybe it's wrong. I'm not really sure. We don't need to worry because we're always using these protection skills. So this turn, Aoi wasn't targeted, even though she still has an invincibility up. So we need to cast Angel's Wings again because the targeting lasts only 3 turns, and it gives 2 stacks of invincibility that only get worn out when she gets attacked. And Adele doesn't have any dodge skill up, so she wasn't attracting the enemy. Unlike the last SC, this one doesn't have the OD drain, so we could be more aggressive. So we're going to loop OD2 and then OD2 before the final phase of OD3, where we should be able to kill the octopus. In anticipation of needing to use a lot more buffs, we're going to recover everybody's DP now, because we shouldn't take any more turns if our OD loop strategy pans out. To recap from last time, Ado gets the Luna buff from Luca to be able to build more DR and, more importantly, to build up OD so we could get back up to 3 when we need to. I like using Misato's EX skill here. You only need to use it twice per battle, but it gives her an extra turn, so she can get more hits in than anyone else because we don't have Yuina or anybody with extra turn abilities on this current team. So at this point I realized Aoi didn't give everybody full morale, so unfortunately, because she has a lot more to do, she needs to accelerate Luca twice. We're not going to be able to use her Admiral buff on the last turn, but it's really inconsequential. This part I was a little hesitant, but I realized I needed to give Luca another Mind's Eye, and then of course she needs the extra turn to give herself Nuna, so that leaves just 1 turn for the final attack, so we have no choice but keep it on the front line for the entire bonus turns. If we always use the same team, we're not going to build up badges, but it's okay. I just had to find the black trophy here, but it's a long list, so it took me a while. This time I customized the accessories, so I'm showing what was equipped now. Last time the auto equip actually put a dark ring on Luca, but it really doesn't matter at all. And it's important to put driving rings on everybody except Luca, just so that we can build up that OD that you saw we were getting really good at.